We had some interesting price action here on NAS100 this past week, and if you trade any tech stocks, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And just looking at this chart, you can see right now we're in a really strong consolidation, and who knows what the market could potentially do. So if you're looking to analyze this market with clarity and certainty for this upcoming week, then you are in the right place, because we are going to talk about my entries, my exits, and my profit target zones for this upcoming week based on what we see in the charts right now. So as usual, we are going to start on the weekly time frame, and then just taking a look at price. We see this really big bullish candle, but price did gap down and then pushed up, even though it didn't break the high of the previous week. So next week will definitely be interesting, especially with all of the tariff talks in the United States and how the world is responding. It's going to be very interesting. So let's go ahead and mark off the highest high inside of the market. At this point, the highest high is at 22,141. So I'm just going to draw a level there, really slim level, and then I'm going to draw another level. And this time it's a little tricky, but I'm going to mark it off at 21,840. I am building another community on School called the Consistent Profitable Traders. This is a group that is free to join. Basically, I envision having conversations about price action trading, and I do have some things in the classroom here. There will be more educational resources inside of the classroom very soon. And every month, I will have a monthly call where I'll answer questions that you may have about trading profitably. So go ahead and check out Consistent Profitable Traders on School. The link will be in the description box below. And then I'm going to draw off another level here towards the bottom at 20,725, and then I'm probably going to mark off another level here in the middle, and we will get a lot more granular as we go down in the time frames. So the next level I'm going to mark off is going to be here at 21,200. So that looks good on the weekly. Let's go ahead and go to the daily. Now we can see that price is basically in one big consolidation here, but we still can make sense of this information. So the top is looking very good. We have this level right here. We do have some rejections, and then we have this most recent rejection. So I'm more inclined to keep it right here because I like to prioritize the information that is the newest, and this is the latest candle, so that is obviously the newest. So the next thing I want to do is look at this level. I don't really see anything that's all that interesting at the moment, so I'll leave that alone. This right here, it looks good. However, I think I'm going to push this down quite a bit to 20,595, mainly because we have this wick and this rejection. Let's go down to H4 and see if we could find some more information that can give us some clues about the price. So, okay, that looks good. Okay, cool. So this top level looks good, and we do have this kind of overhang, but no worries because we're focusing on this that happened just today. Today is Friday when I'm filming this, and we do have a bit more choppiness in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this level. I'm going to take this level and move it down to 21,100 roughly, just because I want to line it up with this rejection. Price came to that point and said, nope, out of here, and then it shot up. So that's a really important thing to look for inside of these type of markets. And then same thing here. That looks good. We do have this, but I'm not really worried about that. Let's go down to H2 and see if we can find something else. Okay, so scrolling. Okay, so this is the very top. We marked that off. Still looks good. And this is that overhang area. This is recent price action, still looks good. And doing a quick measurement here. So this range right here is 719 points, obviously a really big range. So I do want to break this up a little bit just so that way I can have some tradable zones. And usually 100 plus is really good to me, but 700 is way too much. So maybe splitting this in half, but I like to do it based off of market structure. All right, so looking at the levels right here, I think I want to mark this off right about here. So this level that I just drew is at 21,290, and mainly because we do have a nice rejection, and then over here we do have a nice support. Price kept rejecting this level several times before pushing up a little bit. So that is one reason. Maybe we'll find something else on H1, but for right now, I do want to draw another level right here. Clone this right here at 20,800 and let's just say 40, mainly because price did gap down here and then it stopped and then it pushed up. So it did all of this, which is a lot of movement. So I definitely want to mark off that level and the rest is still looking good. Let's go to H1 before we get into the game plan for this upcoming week. All right, so just looking at everything else, making sure that everything else in the past has lined up. This is lining up with the top line. This looks good on the second line. We got that overhang area. We got this rejection. And then this new line that we drew still looks good. I like how this is lined up here. This looks good. This looks good. Okay, perfect. These lines all look great. So now that we're on the H1 time frame, let me do another measurement of this really big area. This is 500 and almost 50. So what I want to do is find another level for me to mark off. So the first thing that's super obvious to me is this level right here. And I drew this little level at 21,500 and let's just say 90. And the key thing is making sure that it lines up with support. So this is my idea for this market. So my first idea is seeing price come back up and continue the short-term sales, because if we look at the higher time frames, generally the market is up, but there has been several weeks of consolidation. So usually when there is consolidation, that means indecision and price could continue to move up or it can move down. So I like to trade from both sides and just make sure that I have a game plan just in case the market goes in the opposite direction of what I may be thinking. So here is my first idea. Price come up to this level and then reject and then bounce off of here. So, or potentially just break through. But this is a nice trade. This is 270 points. So really amazing trade right here, trade idea right here. And then price could, of course, continue to move down through these levels. This being the first due to this over here, and then coming down, same idea due to this over here. And then if this breaks, wow, there'll be a lot of bearish momentum, but this is pretty much an idea to the downside right there. Let me mark this off. So starting here. And then let's just say price pushes up for some reason. So if price pushes up, I would look for a buying opportunity above this level and then target the previous high right here. And that's about 250 points inside of the market, a really nice move. And if for some reason price was to continue to push up, then I would look for an opportunity above. Have you ever thought that you had to sit in front of charts all day in order to make money from the markets? Well, in this How to Trade with a Full-Time Job kit, I'm going to show you how to master trading in just 1 hour per day without sacrificing your job. You're going to get the strategies that I personally use in order to be able to make time in order to trade and learn and do whatever else I need to do inside of my life. So in this 31 video digital program, you're going to learn some strategies that I've used that you can confidently replicate in your own life in order to be able to trade the markets. And then I'm going to show you how to not get fired for trading and use some ethical ways in order to shine at work and build the skill. Because like you, I'm working full time and I also want to get promoted. So I'm going to show you a whole bunch of other things as well. So that way I can get the promotion, I could get trading and make money from the markets. So if you want this, go ahead and check this out. And then in order to enhance your trading experience, then you could go ahead and check out this 4-video module where I show you my most profitable candlestick patterns that I use currently inside of the market. And it's only 47 bucks. So go ahead and add this to your cart and I will see you there. Of this level at 21,840 roughly, going all the way up to 22,100 and roughly 50. And if we scroll all the way back, then we can see that this is where price made its highest high inside of the market. So that is pretty much my trading idea. And you may be thinking, well, what if the market goes higher? That's a really good question. So one thing that I would be looking for in that situation, let me move this in a bit so I can see more price action. Okay, cool. So one thing that I would be looking for is potentially price pushing up past previous highs. So using the Fibonacci retracement tool, if you just use the standard on your trading view or whatever software you use, that'll probably be fine. And then line it up with the highest high. Then I like to use the extension levels to come up with ideas for what may happen. So the first extension level that I have is at negative 27, and that's going to be at 22,644, which is actually quite high. I think that's probably good enough, but let's just say the market does something crazy and pushes up to 23,200 and almost 80, then that would be the second. But generally, I expect for price to stay somewhere in here for this upcoming week. Obviously, we don't have a crystal ball and we don't know what could potentially happen. That's why we like to plan. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up so that way I can continue making this video for NAS100, because I could definitely be making other things on this channel, but I want to make sure that I'm creating videos and content that you actually want to see. So let me know in the comment section below what you liked about this video. If you made it with me this far inside of this video, it lets me know that you're serious about trading. So go ahead and comment the word FIBS, F-I-B-S, in the comment section below, and I will see you next time.